The Honourable Minister in charge of Private Sector Development, in the person of Honourable Rashid Pelpuo, will be speaking to us. He'll be delivering the keynote address with a standing ovation and a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I will convey this standing ovation to the President. The honor done him by this very august gathering. Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Hannah Tete, Honorable Deputy Minister for Finance, Honorable Mona Kote, distinguished members of the High Table, distinguished delegates, members of the Diplomatic Corps. It is a great pleasure that I'm invited, I'm reading on behalf of the President, I'm invited to address this very august function. This conference comes at an important juncture of Ghana's development. Firstly, it comes at an important time when, as a nation, we have to make difficult decisions regarding the long-term prosperity of Ghana. Some of these decisions include how we sustainably manage the funding gap, create employment opportunities for all, rebalance the economy, and grow the private sector. The fiscal gap has been clearly articulated by the Deputy Minister of Finance and the country representative of the World Bank. And so I won't elaborate any further on that. Secondly, it takes the Senchi Consensus another small step forward to actions and implementation by defining market-driven, low-hanging public-private partnership projects across all sectors of the economy via the sector work groups. Lastly, the conference offers the networking opportunity to delegates over the next 3 days to form necessary critical relationships that often are the starting point at any partnerships. 6 months ago, during my State of the Nation's address, I highlighted my administration's commitment to embark on an aggressive infrastructure expansion agenda. This included new road projects aimed at improving movement and economic activity across the country, airport expansions and rehabilitations, rail transport renewal, enhancing energy security through the installation of a new generating capacity, improving urban and rural potable water coverage, extension to the national broadband network coverage, addressing the affordable housing and stock deficits. Although it is premature to evaluate our performance thus far, it is clear from emerging macroeconomic data that there is a need to reconceptualize our investment strategies and adopt new delivery approaches in order to meet our stated objectives and thereby continue with the process of improving, extending, modernizing the country's infrastructure. These strategies and approaches call for new financing options, new win-win partnerships with the private sector, and new efficient and sustainable operating models. We believe that the public-private partnership model offers such a solution, hence the establishment of a national regulatory framework and a public-private partnership unit at the Ministry of Finance to orchestrate, facilitate, and support opportunities across sectors, all sectors of the economy. Away from the Ministry of Finance to orchestrate, facilitate, and support opportunities across all sectors of the economy. If we look around the world, and indeed locally here in Ghana, we find many examples of private finance of public goods and services through a variety of structures such as BOOT, to build, operate, own, and transfer, DFBO, design, finance, build, and operate, and BOT, build, operate, and transfer, and so on. The benefits realized from the deployment of private finance on government projects, service improvements, and productivity is well researched. At the same time, we are all not blind to the pitfalls of a poorly implemented public-private partnership projects. As government, our stated aim is to encourage private finance in all the aforementioned major public sector infrastructure investments. We will therefore support bona fide investors and ensure that they are not unduly overburdened with petty bureaucracy. Where necessary, we will expedite the passage of enabling regulation to improve the ease of doing business, as was observed clearly by the World Bank representative. In the context of our win-win partnerships we are trying to develop, we seek sustainable partnerships. Therefore, investors must receive a fair return for their risk capital. In return, we expect know-how and technology transfer, a commitment to local employment, and a local industry development through long-term strategic relationships. This implies that, as government, we need to be clear as to the source of value in the long term, both to the country and to the investor, not predicate decisions on price only. For example, there is no reason why Kotoka International Airport and all the regional airports should not be given an international operator status through, though as a 30-year, through, say, a 30-year concession with the objective of investing its expansion and modernization to world-class standards with investors' return linked to a passenger volume changes, international ratings, and predetermined service standards. New, efficient, and sustainable operating models. Public-private partnerships offer the government new vehicles for restructuring existing operations on self-sustaining, on a market basis, such as enabling infrastructure expansion to rural areas efficiently. Thus, it is conceivable, for example, that our goal of universal access to potable water may be achieved efficiently through internal cross-subsidized tariff structure based on the consumption patterns differences between urban and rural communities, without burdening the government's fiscus with subsidy as successfully employed in other emerging economies. It is our vision, therefore, that the public-private partnerships will offer government an additional tool to finance capital expenditure, grow the private economy, increase employment opportunities, extend public services, and reduce the burden on public finances. I end here noting the relevance of the conference and its format. This conference has the potential of shaping our public-private partnerships agenda. We, as Ghanaians and Africans, for that matter, are the only ones that can develop our country, our continent. We need to believe in ourselves and spare no effort in our development agenda. The Asian Tigers achieve it. We are equally better placed to drive the agenda for development. With these few remarks, may I take the opportunity to congratulate the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning and Sea Energy Global Holdings, the premier investment banking outfit, for setting the agenda for an accelerated PPP implementation in Ghana, and formally declare the first Global PPP conference officially open. Thank you very much.